Building codes are important because not only they protect people's properties, but they also protect people's lives. I attribute it to the partnership between us builders and the building departments.
Welcome and thank you for tuning in. To many people, submitting for building permits or even the thought of contacting the building department can seem intimidating if you are unfamiliar with the process or if you are unprepared. In this video, I will review significant portions of the building permit process and requirements in an effort to help people prepare building permit submittals, but to also shed light on the process from the building department's standpoint. Now let us get started. Whether building a fence, addition, or building a new dwelling, it is often homeowners or contractors who conduct the work. If a contractor will be conducting the work, building departments will verify that the contractors have a current and active state license. Additionally, building departments verify that the contractor's license is in a classification that is appropriate for the type of work that the contractor will be performing. The contractor may also need to obtain a business license with the city or county prior to conducting the work. There is often misconception that a business license is equivalent to the state contractor license. Please know that they are two entirely different licenses. If an employee or an agent of the contractor is tasked with obtaining the building permit, they will have to be authorized by the contractor to do so. This can be accomplished by presenting an authorized letter to the building department. The authorization letter must be on the contractor's letterhead and signed by the contractor. The building department also verifies workers' compensation insurance requirements, which can also be found in the state contractor's license database. However, there are exceptions to contractors' compensation insurance for contractors who certify they are the sole employee of the company and have no other employees. Moving on to property owners obtaining building permits for their property. Building departments verify current and legal ownership of properties when processing a building permit through their database, which is linked to the county assessor's and/or recorder's office. Proof of ownership may be required for property owners obtaining a building permit. This is more so the case where the property was recently purchased and ownership information is not yet available in the database. In this case, building departments often require a recent property tax statement or grant deed. However, double check with your building department regarding proof of ownership requirements. In California, property owners obtaining building permits for their property will also be required to submit an owner-builder declaration, which outlines laws related to workers' compensation insurance, sale of property restrictions, and hiring of licensed contractor requirements, to mention a few. Authorized agents submitting and obtaining building permits on behalf of property owners are also required to properly complete a portion of the owner-builder form, which may include presenting a copy of the property owner's driver's license or a notarized form at the time of the permit application submittal. After it is determined if the property owner or the contractor will obtain the building permit and carry out the work, a properly completed building permit application is required to be submitted for all work requiring a building permit. The pandemic has undoubtedly changed the way building departments carry out services, and probably for the foreseeable future. However, this has also presented opportunities for building departments to use technological platforms to provide continuity of services to the public, streamline and facilitate projects. But equally as important, it has also presented an opportunity for both applicants and building departments to use technology means to their advantage, and here is how. I highly encourage to conduct virtual meetings with the building department in advance of submitting the permit documents. Virtual meeting platforms allow users to utilize the shared screen function so both users can review the completeness of documents prior to submitting. Virtual shared screen meetings are also great for those designing plans who may want a preliminary check of the plans prior to submitting for permits. Request virtual pre-inspections with your building department in advance of your inspections to clarify or review field inspection challenges you may encounter during the course of the construction. Doing this can reduce or eliminate field corrections which can create project delays. Also take advantage of accessing agencies' online permit portals. By creating a login to these portals, people can submit building permits and digital plans online, schedule inspections, view inspection timeframes, view the inspector's project notes, and view all public records to properties. An example of public records you can access through these platforms includes permit information from all agencies such as current and historic building permits, zoning permits, encroachment permits, and all other associated permits to projects. Current and historic violations on a property can also be viewed through these platforms. This can be a helpful tool for people conducting research prior to purchasing a property or prior to submitting for building permits. However, if such platforms are not available through the local agency's website, you can always request such historic permitting information through the public records request laws. Whether purchasing a property or submitting for building permits, conducting research on a property is to your advantage, and here is why. Unresolved violations on a property can hinder your ability to obtain a permit, and as the new property owner, you may inherit the violation, so be sure to conduct research on a property prior to submitting for building permits or contact your local building department to inquire. On future videos, I will cover how to abate violations and inspection requirements, so please subscribe and stay tuned.